In this video, we'll talk about my deep stack and my existing plans for when it's all said and done. Challenge issued by 365 and Silver Puck.
YouTube, welcome into the den. It's your man, the Urban Stacker, and I'm here to show off my deep stack. These pieces are on an off-site. That's the reason why I'm holding the camera, and yeah, I'm not at the studio, so we can go over a couple of these pieces. This right here is going to be a all-proof 2000 silver proof set. This will be going to my oldest son. This is his year. I got three other children I gotta get silver mint sets for, that I'll be getting them for. My maple leaves. These are Canadian maple leaves. These are the first 2 years that they were issued. What year is this? Okay, 19, let's see, I'm tripping. I'm trying to look at, I can use my camera. Look at that, let me see. Okay, 1988, and I think this one's gonna be 1989. Yep, so 88 and 89, first 2 years, the maple leaves were made by Canadian. That's deep stack right there. And then of course, you know, I had to put my dream coin, you know what I'm saying, the Seated Liberty that I won for about $5. That is a $48, $50 coin. So that's definitely in my deep stack. We're putting all of these Booker T. Washingtons and George Washington Carver half dollars that we find as well off into the deep stack. These are coins that'll be distributed between my children. This is a, what is this? Pan America, I think this is. Pan America silver bar on stock in this. So if I can find another 2 more Pan Americas, they'll go to the kids. If not, they'll cash these out for money. When I'm gone, these 2 will go towards that. These 2 bars are Engelhard. One is for my oldest daughter, and then the other one is for the youngest daughter. I hadn't been able to send them off. My son already got his starter silver kit. He's going to bring it back over here to the safe. This is actually, I'm at the safe house, and this is where we put everything at in a safe, in a disclosed location. And of course, you know, the 1958, which is the birth year of Mom, and it's never going anywhere. It is what it is. This is her birth year. I got my birth year. Still debating on whether I want to get my siblings' birth years, because they're not into it, but it is what it is. And then I got silver certificates that we store away as well, as many as we can, whenever we can. I got a blue certificate here. I think this is the one with the, you know, this one got God We Trust on it. And in this blue certificate, the reason why I wanted to keep it is because it does not have "In God We Trust" on the back of it, okay? So we got that. That's part of the deep stack. All $2 bills that are less than 2,000. If you under 2,000, I think I just saved this 2003 just to be safe. And let me see. No, okay, yeah. So 2003, I don't think I've ever seen a 2003. So anything that's less than 2,000, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna save the $2 bills on that. It's quite a few of them off in there. And then I got these $5 red notes. I got a $5 red note that's in a deep stack. No fancy serial number, 18, if somebody was born in 1855, the 3rd month, which is January, February, and there is no 55th. So there's no way to make this a birthday note either. So it is just a red sealed Lincoln $5. It's got the United States on the back of it and so forth. And then I have a blue note $5 certificate, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, same thing with this 1860. Yeah, they couldn't make this a birthday note. There's nothing fancy about it, and it's kind of tattered. Last but not least, that's in my deep stack is this Radar Trinary $20 bill that is probably worth about $100. It is a 98.8. This is the highest bill that I have from the fancy serial note. And it's a Trinary, a Radar, and Planorum. I don't know what that word is, I forgot. But that is what it is. we will continue the rest of this once I get to the house and I show you my other pieces that are going to be a part of my deep stack. But this is just part one. Shout out to my man 365 for the challenge. You know I love a challenge, especially one that I can compete in. So until we get to the house, ladies and gentlemen, I am out. Peace, peace. All right, we're back with part two of this video. Basically going over the deep stack and what's going to happen when it's all said and done. What do we have in place? Okay. My legacy is basically, I don't even know why I'm even mentioning my legacy, but you know, my legacy would consist of silver, you know what I'm saying? Stacking for these kids and stuff, but that's neither here nor there. I do have a will in place to distribute everything, but my mom is the one who's over it as of now, and she decides on who gets what. She's already been instructed. She has passwords to everything, things of that nature, you know. But yeah, baby Chucky, he stays in the deep stack. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but every time I pull this thing out, it's like it's getting toner and toner. I guess the red velvet is toning it up. That's little baby Chucky. Then you, of course, you know we got that GPS round. You know what I'm saying? Deep stacker, as well as my stacker social button from I believe the name is UK Metals. No, Liquid Metals. Liquid Metals is from Liquid Metals. Sorry, brother. Liquid Metals. Liquid Metals. Silver power pieces right here from over there in Stacker Social. Then you got the USD, which is the Urban Stackers Den shield with the awareness ribbon. And then you have the Black Panther and Punisher, No Friend, Fight Alone, as well as Black Panther himself on a coin. This is an actual coin. I think it's, let's see where it's from. Deep stack, you know what I'm saying? One of the kids will get this one. Which one, you know, you don't know. Let's see. So let's zoom in on this real quick and see where is this from. It's a $1. I just can't make it out because I ain't got no glasses on or nothing. There it is. That's who the Queen Elizabeth. And that's the country that's backing this $1 note, $1 coin. But yeah, Black Panther, deep stack, being passed on to the kids. Only other thing would probably be Cowboy coin, which would go in the deep stack. Not ever getting rid of that as well. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much that on the deep stack of my collection. Oh, I'm lying. Last but not least, that will never ever go anywhere will be these beautiful ladies right here. Let's zoom in on it. Okay, as you can see, I'm not gonna go too detailed and take the camera off the tripod or anything like that. But those three beautiful ladies will also be going into the deep stack. I think it's 2017 Lady Liberty. And I'm still waiting on my West Point to get in. So as soon as the West Point coin get in, I have the full collection and I have the original packaging that it came in. But yeah, man, these videos are my actual documentation. I do actually have a book that I keep on deck that I started out at first. And yeah, I'm not the best of writing down stuff, you know, and you know, keeping records. So my whole ordeal with me in my stacking journey was to document it on film for my kids to be able to hear my voice and see me go over these pieces and be educated and know what I paid for them pretty much. Now, I don't want them to actually sell any of it. I would rather for them to continue stacking. But of course, you know, kids are going to be kids and they're going to do what they want to do. So with that, you know, it is what it is. But I've given my son his starter kit. I know I mentioned earlier in the video that sending out pieces to my daughters as well to get them started. But yeah, man, that's my deep stack overview 365, because he's the one who initially did this. And then Silverpunk was talking about, what do you do when it's all said and done? Not only him, but I'm also almost 110% sure that my buddies over there at Stacker's Corner, I believe it is, that consists of My Silver Journey and man, I don't want to get your name wrong, bro, so I'm gonna just flash up your tag. But those two guys have showed the channel a lot of love, and I really do appreciate it. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you got to ask yourself, what are you gonna do when it's all said and done and the casket closed? Where is your hard work going? You know, you just gonna let the state take over it and determine who gets what? Or are you gonna put something in place to actually help your family to determine what goes where, who gets what? You know what I'm saying? It's something to think about, something to consider. It's not the best topic to talk about or to think about, but believe it or not, we are gonna leave here one day or another. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You can't take none of this with you. So it's best to go ahead and put something into place so that it goes where it needs to go, or at least where you want it to go. Some people I've seen donated to churches, charities, different things of that nature, but it's up to you to decide where your hard work goes when it's all said and done. Nevertheless, this is your man, the Urban Stacker, and we're out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Peace, peace, peace. Oh, and remember, get that prostate and colon check. Health is wealth. I'm out. Peace.